Mr. Powell, we're going to turn to you now. Please begin.
Good morning, Chairwoman Kaptur, Ranking Member Simpson, and members of the committee. My name is Rich Powell. I lead ClearPath, a nonprofit advancing conservative policies that accelerate clean energy globally. ClearPath, I'm proud to say, was founded in Charlotte, and we are proud sponsors of the Clean America Jobs Act. One note, we accept no funding from industry. First, congratulations on your remarkable bipartisan accomplishments in clean innovation over the past 2 fiscal years. The new resources this committee injected into the world's greatest peacetime R&D engine, the Department of Energy, are catalyzing breakthroughs. The FY 2020 bills continue this momentum. This committee's efforts do not garner the attention and deep appreciation they merit. Your work is essential to tackling this global problem quickly and affordably. Given this committee's vital role in American climate policy, a few topics today. First, how the global nature of the climate challenge requires an innovation-focused policy. Second, how scaling up America's innovations means more investing than spending. And third, how we might modernize our innovation engine towards the climate challenge. At the outset, the elephant in the room. Climate change is a wicked problem caused by global industrial activity. From the harmful algae blooms in Lake Erie to the pine beetle infestations in Idaho, the increasingly painful costs make it clear. Climate change merits significant action at every level of government and the private sector. On DOE's role, we must first acknowledge the global nature of this challenge. An American molecule of CO2 has the same effect as a molecule emitted in Nigeria. Even if the U.S. eliminated all greenhouse gas emissions tomorrow, the growth in CO2 through 2050 by developing Asian countries alone would exceed our cuts. I do not make this point to minimize the American role in the global solution or argue that aggressive domestic action is unnecessary. Just the opposite. We must develop the U.S. as a test bed for globally relevant clean solutions, using U.S. climate policy to help developing nations easily choose clean energy. As this chart shows, the share of global energy supplied by clean sources has not increased over decades. Despite significant renewables deployment, clean is not gaining ground. Emissions continue increasing. Technologies available today are simply not up to the task of global decarbonization. The great philosopher Stephen Covey offers us the clearest path to solving tough problems. Begin with the end in mind. On climate change, our end ought to be changing this story for developing countries. We need more clean, affordable, reliable, exportable offerings so developing nations consistently choose them over higher emitting options. Leveraging our world-class national labs, America is uniquely suited to seize this immense economic opportunity. How? We must reorient our climate policy mindset from spending to investing. We cannot spend our way to this end. The global energy system is too large, our budget too small. Rather, we must invest scarce tax dollars into clean innovations the global economy chooses on their economic merits. The DOE has successfully invested when it has clearly articulated goals and aligned management and funding all the way from the Secretary's desk to the scientist's bench. See DOE's success in unlocking shale gas and radically reducing the cost of photovoltaic solar. This committee and DOE leadership have provided fresh proof points. You urged DOE to launch a moonshot on energy storage. Earlier this year, they commenced the Advanced Energy Storage Initiative with key technology and performance cost objectives. In FY 2018, you urged DOE to plan for multiple advanced reactor demonstrations within a decade. This year's Senate committee-reported bill proposes an advanced reactor demonstration program to launch 2 prototypes by 2025. This committee's funding for the National Reactor Innovation Center will help make the demonstration program a success. These are examples of investing, not just spending. They leverage the precious federal funds into globally relevant solutions. Such wise investments are the very definition of a market-based solution to climate change, enlisting markets themselves to distribute clean energy. Lastly, I encourage the committee to think well beyond FY 20. The precursors of DOE were created in a time of national emergency, with the Manhattan Project sites evolving into the first national laboratories. Over the following decades, the labs were reimagined to solve national energy scarcity. Such daunting endeavors are now in DOE's DNA. Today, we confront a very different opportunity: how to make all of our increasingly abundant energy options clean. To seize this, I urge you to reimagine the mission and structure of the department towards making all energy clean. A modern department should expand and reorient to cover all emitting sectors. We've made enormous strides on reducing power emissions, but lag far behind on transportation, industry, and buildings. A future DOE might build offices for each. Beyond DOE's structure, we have learned a great deal about how to attract, retain, organize, and motivate world-class innovation talent from ARPA-E. A future DOE might expand the innovative ARPA-E people model. There is no question that these structural changes are difficult, but the climate challenge requires that we explore every possible option and take bold action. Thank you again for the opportunity to testify and for your bipartisan leadership. ClearPath is eager to assist the committee in your important work.
Thank you so very much for your very constructive proposals, Mr. Powell.